Today we will talk about how to talk about your family in English. Talking about your family is very useful because people often ask about family when you meet someone new at school, at work, or in social situations. Your family is an easy topic because it is personal, familiar, and full of simple words you can practice in English. When you talk about your family, it is important to use short and clear sentences. You do not need to say everything at once. For example, you can start with, I have a brother or I live with my parents. These sentences are simple and easy for beginners to remember and use. You can add more details later if the other person asks. Talking about your family also helps you learn English vocabulary. Words like mother, father, brother, sister, grandmother, grandfather, aunt, uncle, and cousin are very common and useful. You can also use words like live, love, like enjoy, and help to describe your family activities. Sometimes people feel shy talking about family in English. That is normal. The most important thing is to speak slowly, smile, and be polite. You can start with very simple sentences and then add small details. Even beginners can share information about family and practice English at the same time. In this episode, I will explain how to introduce your family, describe family members, talk about daily family life, and share your feelings about your family. By the end of this episode, you will feel confident talking about your family in English using simple and clear sentences. Now, we will talk about how to introduce your family members. Introducing your family is easy if you use simple sentences. You do not need to give too many details at first. Just start with the basics, like who is in your family and their names or roles. A simple way to begin is to say, I have a mother and a father, or I have one brother and two sisters. These sentences are short, clear, and easy to understand. You can also add their names. My father's name is John, or my sister's name is Anna. Adding names makes the conversation more personal and friendly. You can also describe your family members with simple adjectives. For example, my mother is kind, or my brother is funny. These short sentences give a little more information and make the conversation more interesting. You can also say, my father is tall or my sister is young, which are simple and easy to remember. Sometimes it is nice to talk about where your family lives. For example, I live with my parents, or my grandparents live in another city. This gives the other person more context and can lead to new questions like, do you visit your grandparents often? When introducing family members, it is important to smile and speak slowly. Friendly body language, like nodding or making eye contact, helps make the conversation warm and polite. You can practice at home or with friends so you feel confident when talking about your family. Now we will talk about how to describe daily life in your family. Talking about what your family does every day makes your sentences more interesting and gives the other person a clear idea of your life. You do not need to give too many details. Short and simple sentences are enough. A good way to start is to talk about daily routines. For example, my father goes to work in the morning, or my mother cooks breakfast every day. You can also say, my brother studies at school, or my sister plays in the park. These simple sentences are easy to remember and very useful for beginners. You can also talk about activities you do together as a family. For example, we eat dinner together every evening, or on weekends we watch movies. Sharing small details about family life makes the conversation friendly and engaging. The other person might ask questions like, what movie do you like to watch? or do you cook together? Sometimes you can describe special family events. For example, we celebrate birthdays together, or we visit our grandparents on holidays. These sentences are simple, but give more information and can lead to more questions. Talking about family events helps you practice English in real-life situations. Remember to use simple verbs and short sentences like go, cook, eat, watch, visit, and play. These words are easy to use and understand. Friendly gestures, smiling, and eye contact make your conversation feel warm and polite. Finally, describing daily life in your family is a good way to connect with others. The other person may share their own family routines, and you can find similarities. For example, if you say, "We eat dinner together every day," they may say, "We do the same in my family." This keeps the conversation natural and enjoyable. Talking about how you feel about your family makes the conversation more personal and friendly. It also helps the other person understand you better and can make your English more natural. A simple way to start is with sentences like, "I love my family," or "I enjoy spending time with my family." These sentences are short, clear, and polite. You can also say, "I am happy with my family," or "My family is very kind." These small sentences make it easy for beginners to share feelings in English. You can also talk about what you like doing together. For example, "I like cooking with my mother," or "I enjoy playing games with my brother." Sharing activities gives more details and makes the conversation interesting. The other person may ask questions like, "What games do you play?" or "What do you cook together?" This helps the conversation continue naturally. It is also okay to talk about what you do not like politely. For example, "Sometimes my brother is noisy, but I still like him," or "My sister fights with me sometimes, but I love her." Using polite language shows honesty and makes your sentences friendly without being negative. When sharing feelings, remember to use simple words and short sentences. Words like love, like enjoy, happy, kind, fun, and help are easy to remember. Smiling while talking makes your conversation more warm and welcoming. You can practice at home or with friends to feel more confident. Finally, sharing feelings about your family can help you connect with the other person. They may share their own experiences, and you can find common points. For example, if you say, "I like playing games with my brother," they may say, "I like playing with my sister too." This makes the conversation friendly, natural, and enjoyable. Now we'll talk about how to ask polite questions about someone else's family. Asking questions is very important because it shows that you are interested in the other person and helps the conversation continue naturally. Polite questions also make the other person feel comfortable and happy to talk. A simple way to start is to ask who is in their family. For example, "Do you have brothers or sisters?" or "Who do you live with?" These questions are short and easy to understand. The other person can answer with simple sentences like, "I have one sister," or "I live with my parents." You can also ask about family members' names or ages politely. For example, "What is your mother's name?" or "How old is your brother?" These questions are easy and friendly, and the answers give you more words to practice in English. Small details like this also make the conversation personal and interesting. Another good idea is to ask about what their family does every day. For example, "What does your father do?" or "Does your sister go to school?" These questions help you learn about their family's daily life and give the other person a chance to share more information. Sometimes you can ask about activities or hobbies. For example, do you spend time together as a family, or do you like cooking with your family? These questions are easy and natural. The answers can give you ideas for your own sentences like, we like cooking too, or we play games together. When asking questions, remember to smile and listen carefully. Small phrases like really or that's nice show interest. Polite questions and active listening are key to having a friendly conversation about family. Finally, asking about someone else's family can help you connect and find common interests. For example, if you ask about their hobbies and they say, we watch movies together, you can share the same experience. We watch movies too. This makes the conversation natural, friendly, and enjoyable. Now we will talk about how to finish a conversation about your family politely. Ending a conversation in a friendly and polite way is very important because it leaves a good impression and makes the other person feel comfortable talking to you again. A simple and polite way to finish is to say, it was nice talking about our families, or I enjoyed hearing about your family. These sentences are short, friendly, and easy to remember. They show that you appreciated the conversation and leave a positive feeling. You can also give a reason for leaving politely. For example, I have to go now, but it was nice talking to you. Or I need to finish my homework, but it was great to meet you. Giving a reason is polite and natural. It explains why you are leaving and makes the ending smooth. Another way to finish is to wish the other person well. For example, have a nice day, or I hope you and your family have a good week. These sentences are positive and friendly, and they make the other person feel happy and respected. You can also add a small gesture, like a smile or a wave. Sometimes it is nice to plan a future conversation. For example, I hope we can talk about our families again soon, or let's meet another time and share more stories. This is polite and shows that you are interested in continuing the friendship or conversation later. Remember to use friendly body language when finishing the conversation. Smile, nod, or wave goodbye. Your tone of voice, eye contact, and gestures are just as important as the words you say. Polite endings make people feel respected and comfortable. Finally, finishing politely is as important as starting the conversation. When you end a conversation in a friendly and positive way, people feel happy, respected, and open to talking with you again. Practicing polite endings will help you feel confident and friendly in every conversation about your family.
Leave a comment under this video and one of you will get 40 English lessons for free.